Hello everyone, welcome back to the 6th day of the bootcamp. So we are learning Python visuals and Power BI, how to add Python visual. If you have missed the previous videos, please go and watch it. Okay, so I have been taking you through all these visuals, right from violin chart, rich plot, lollipop chart, scatter plot and everything. So today we are going to discuss about the regression plot. Okay, so I have already written the code because so far throughout this journey I've been explaining how to write it, how to bring the columns here and everything. So today and tomorrow, that is regression plot and the decision tree, I'll be explaining the code. Okay, because I just want to spend some time to explain how the code works and everything. Okay, so this is how actually the code, the visual looks like when you create a regression plot. Now let us understand why should I use a regression plot. So before we understand, I request you to please go and subscribe my channel here. Okay, if you have missed the previous sessions on Python visual and Power BI, right from the introduction towards the 5th visual, please go and watch it in the playlist. Okay, and if you want to understand the basics of Power BI, I have a separate playlist here. Please go and check this. And if you are preparing for a Power BI interview, so you can get the PDF from here. And if you have any questions related to Power BI or the Business Central, so you can, if you wanted to understand about your certification readiness, career guidance, you can schedule a call with me. The link is in the description. So let us understand this first. Okay, so before you start with this, you should have these things. Okay, what are the things which you require is what you should have installed Python. Okay, Python installed in your system. That is the first one. Second thing is you should configure Python path in Power BI. So this I have already discussed how to do it in the very first introduction video. Okay, if you have missed that, please go and watch that. Okay, so this too is very essential, and also you should watch the previous videos. Okay, so now let us just go ahead and see like how these things are working. So once if you just click on this particular chart, why should I need the regression chart? Okay, if you want to understand or analyze how sales volume affect a profit across different discount levels. So here I'm just telling you the sales level, sales volume, profit. This you can consider that you can consider any measures. Okay, and if you wanted to show the relationship between two variable and the line of a best fit, what is the difference between your normal scatter plot and this plot? Okay, normally the scatter plot will be like giving you some scatters like a dot something here, but the regression plot here, it will also show you a trend, whether it is an increasing trend or not. Okay, so for this you have to select the sales and the profit. Okay, so first thing you have to do is what, you have to go here to the visual and click on this py, where the Python visual will be available here. Once you have added the py Python visual, you have to select what are all the variables you are going to, based on what are the variables you are going to create this regression plot. Okay, so that is what I have selected here, profit and the sales. Now once you have added this, you will be getting the code till this particular place. Okay, so don't delete these things because this is essential. Now you have to start writing your code from 7th line. Let me just explain the code first, and then we will just go and talk about the that is the inference of the visual. Okay, so here is the code. As what the first one is, df is equal to dataset. I want to first import the necessary libraries, so I have used import cbond. You can even leave cbond as such, but what is the problem is if you are not creating any alias. Okay, what is this? This is actually an alias. SNS is an alias. If you're not creating the alias, wherever you can see SNS, you have to replace it as cbon. Okay, like this. So I just don't want to write it like this, so that's why I have created a alias here. The very first step is what you have to import the necessary packages. Okay, and the next line what I have did is what I have stored the data set to the data frame df. This is actually a variable. You can use any name for this variable, but for the easiest understanding I have named it as a df. So what is this data set? So the data set is what which is holding your sales and profit. Next thing is I wanted to plot the regression plot. So plt dot figure. So here I'm just mentioning this figure size, which is is to 6 inches. Okay, that is 10 inches wide and 6 inches tall. Got it. Next one is the SNS dot rig plot. So rig plot is the regression plot. If you want to draw a regression plot, you have to use rig plot. So in my regression plot, I have to plot sales in x-axis and profit in y-axis. So that is why I am creating it like this. And I wanted to use the data from the df, that is data frame. Okay. And finally, I just wanted to create a title for this regression plot of sales versus profit. So you can see that title here. This is regression plot of sales versus profit title, and this is your X label and the Y label, and then you can see that this is show plt dot show profit. Okay, so this is how you can create a simple regression plot. Now let us understand the inference of the image. Okay, so here the plot displays a scatter of data points with a regression line. This is what is this regression line? This line you can see here that this is what the regression line. Okay, line running through them. Okay, the line represents the best linear fit to the data, indicating the relationship between the sales and the profit. The upward slope here, actually it is going upward, right, of the line suggests that there is a positive linear relationship between sales and the profit, meaning that as sales increase, profit trends to increase as well. So the density and the spread of the data points around the regression line. So what is this density? So this is the data points. I'm talking about this data points. The density and the spread of the data point around the regression line give insights into the strength of the relationship. So in this plot, the points are relatively close to the line, indicating a fairly strong relationship. And you can also find a shaded area, right? So this is actually the shaded area, you can see. Okay, you can also find the shaded area. Okay, so what is this actually? This is what the confidence interval. Okay, indicating that uncertainty of the linear relationship. Okay, the narrower the shadow area, the more confident. It's more narrower, right? So it's more confident we are in the relationship between the variables. And some data points are farther away. So this is the farther away data points, right, from the regression line, indicating potential outliers. This may be the outliers. These outliers may represent sales figure that did not correspond to the typical profit trends. Okay, so the regression plot effectively illustrates that as sales volume increases, profit trends to increase, which aligns with typical business expectation. This visualization is useful for understanding the linear relationship between the two variables and can aid in making informed business decisions. So as we all know, scatter plot is used to find the relationship between the two measures. Measures is I'm talking about these things. Okay, so if you see some summation like symbol, that we call it as a measure. Okay, so if you want to understand the correlation between two measures, then you have to draw the scatter plot. And if you want to understand the relationship, whether it is a positive linear relationship or the negative linear relationship, you have to go with the regression plot. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept today. This is what the complete information about the regression plot, and we have one more day left where we will be deciding the decision tree. So here I have used the sample data provided by Power BI itself. You can try it with any data, any data which you have, so you will get an understanding about it. Okay, so you are going to try and let me know how you are applying this regression plot. So let me see you. I'll just see you tomorrow with the decision tree algorithm. It's a big algorithm, so I'll be explaining the code again, but just join and let's get back. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. If you have missed any of my videos, please go and watch that. Okay, take care.